Hello again, everybody. Josh Hoover and the crew from BTR, Kelly, Hayes, and Karina. And one of the questions we've been getting asked a lot is about work-life balance. When you're working remotely, working from home, it's so easy to get sucked in and just work a lot more hours. So easy to respond to that one email late at night or anything like that. So Hayes, let's start with you. What are some tendencies and strategies you use to maintain a good work-life balance?
I think for me, one of the biggest reminders I have to, talk to myself or talk through with myself is it's okay not to work. Like being able to shut that laptop down at 5 o'clock or on a Friday afternoon, and not looking at anything until Monday. Obviously, as high performers like our team is, you always want to fill the space if you do have some time to work on something to get ahead of the ball. But that's not always healthy, especially for me. I feel like I really do need that disconnect. Something we did in the past as a team here at BTR is we did a social media cleanse. And I think, looking at that and thinking sometimes you just need to have that cleanse as well with work. I mean, if you're your emails on your phone, everything's so accessible, and just shutting down and allowing yourself to just disconnect. And walk away. I think that's what helped me.
Yeah, such a busy society. I think it is our nature to work, just work. So it becomes an intentional mindset to give ourselves that break. And that break can come in different ways. It can be physically getting up and taking a break, going for a walk, walking the dog, taking a little yoga practice in the middle of the day, or going for a bike ride. Those breaks are important to help keep us, clear-minded and creative. The more we can push away and take those mental clarity breaks, the better we'll perform when we come back. And especially right now with what's going on, so intense, and the world is changing around us. I think it could be also a good exercise, to push away from the 24-hour news cycle for a little bit. That's okay. And just give yourself a break. Karina, I know you have a really special thing that you do to kind of give yourself a break. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, I mean, I can't reiterate enough not looking at social media during the day. For me personally, I can't do that anyways. I have to separate that so I can stay focused. But when I do take a break, I schedule those breaks. And I try to stick to that as well as I can throughout the day. I actually keep a journal right here next to my desk. Smile looks good on you. And just, jotting down something that comes up, jotting down, especially now. This is such a surreal time in history. And I think just the beauty of getting that down in a written word and getting away from this and getting more into this,
right,
is cathartic. It's a really great process, and it's not something that I'm really strict about with myself. I just kind of let it happen, and that's why I keep it right next to me. So if you feel like I'm going to take a quick pause and get up and stretch and just jot something down really quick, it's been really helpful, especially with everything that's been going on.
One thing with these breaks, from a manager perspective, if you're a manager, that's something that is important as well. And kind of not just for what's going on now, but a couple of years ago, I was going on a vacation with my wife, and I was telling everybody, hey, I'll still be able to check email while I'm gone. And my boss, she goes, no, you won't. I'm gonna reset your email password so you can't get in. And so that made it a whole lot easier for me to completely check out, because I couldn't check in. She wouldn't let me.
I'm hearing that a lot of companies are implementing that, especially when you have like a sabbatical or a week-long vacation, is really forcing you to disconnect, just because the burnout rate it's so high within a lot of industries, because you just want to focus on getting ahead and working.
So Kelly, one of the things you were talking about earlier was just kind of like physical breaks. What is something, I love the one you told us about your family. What do you guys do first thing in the morning?
Well, we started schooling at home this week, and my husband, bless his heart, has decided to take on the role of PE coach. So every morning we get out of bed and we put on our workout clothes and we go to the driveway in the front yard, much to the chagrin of my 13-year-old, who's mortified, by the way. And we just do, say, just 10, 15 minutes of calisthenics, and then we go on a family bike ride.
That's awesome.
If you're interested to see the visual, follow me on Instagram, and you'll see my husband in his high school wrestling singlet on day one.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So what about, I don't even know where to go from there. What about making your workspace your own? Because I know that's a big thing, because, you know, we spend so much time in your home office. How do you make it feel more like home?
Well, you know, our previous webcasts, I've actually been recording them in the dining room. So welcome to my home office, everyone. This is my space where I work every day. And it's a communal space within our house. There's no doors to close. So I think that it's really important to intentionally create this space so you can get, again, in the right mindset. So, I mean, I've kind of curated this space over the last several years to feel a place of comfort for me, so I can be my best during the workday. And in fact, we're gonna start sharing here. I want to show something that's pretty special to me, and it's something that helps me to kind of focus and recenter my energy. You'll see up here just a framed collection of.
Pretty.
These are just cards that I've received over the years, pieces of art and cards with notes filled with encouragement. And some of them have come from my teammates through the years. Some of them have come through other professional associates, but those are all handwritten notes that I've received over the years. They're really special to me. So I just kind of keep them there, you know, to help remind me of what I'm here to do. And that's influence and lead and lift my team. So just a special reminder there for me.
I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hayes, what about you?
Well, you know, I'm working from my dining room. My significant other is working from home now, and so they are in the office. But something that I think is special to me, and, you know, sharing with my teammates and kind of driving the culture that we try to drive here at BTR, showing some vulnerability, is I turned my grandmother's old secretary into a bourbon bar. So I like bourbon. And in this little pocket, several years ago, I found where she had wrote her taxes on a little piece of paper from 1939, November 29th, 1939.
Oh, cool.
So thought that was
Awesome.
super cool. And that's something
Beautiful.
that, you know, just gives me a little pleasure, makes me smile, and sharing something like that with my teammates always feels good. So
Yeah.
the things that really matter, right?
Yep.
Love it.
What helps us remind why we're working so hard and try to get so much done. So, Karina, what about you on your end?
Similar to Hayes, actually, and kind of Kelly. I'll switch over here, do some show and tell. I love handwritten notes. So I've got a few here from my husband, from friends, just kind of my favorites. And I really prefer that over pictures, just because I can look over, I can read it. I know their handwriting. Again, it really just comes down to that handwritten word that really works for me. But even if you're in a temporary space, if you're working from home temporarily, you know, bringing in a picture frame from your bedroom, or pulling up a card that you used to have or that you really value and just setting it next to you, I think that can have a really big impact, just because you're, you know, it's your space and it's where you spend the majority of your time during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, agreed.
Absolutely.
How about you, Josh?
On my end, so I moved into my house a couple months ago, and right before that, my parents brought over this framed picture of my grandfather's World War II uniform and his flag from when he was buried and everything. And I haven't hung it yet, just kind of haven't figured out where to do that, but it's something that's really became an immediate prized possession. Honestly, I don't know I didn't know what most of the patches and everything meant, so I had to text one of my good friends who's in the Army and got a lot of feedback. But stuff like that just helps, like we said, make it home and really be a part of who we are. So
right.
With that,
we all need a little grounding.
Yes, exactly. So thank you to the three of you for sharing. Curious what everybody else thought. What do you do to keep yourself grounded? Some different items you keep around your office to remember who you are. So with that, thanks for watching, and we'll see everybody again soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.